Good morning, everyone. My name is Caesar, and today I'm gonna deliver a talk about middle school students and academic burnout. So before I start, I want to ask you guys a question. Have you guys ever resisted learning, or your parents only care about you for your grades and not about yourself? If either of that scenarios happen to you, please raise your hand. Wow, no. Good, Justin, good. No, neither of that situations happened to you? Wow, okay, great. So, let's begin. So what is academic burnout? It's basically a tiredness that will decrease your learning efficiency and slowly poison you and depress you from inside. So it's like a slow poison. And you may be thinking of, hey, it's no big deal, it's just mentally ill, right? And actually, no. A report from Child Welfare Foundation showed a 24.8% suicide rate among middle school students and 57% exhaustion rate among middle school students. So, which in another way, 2.5 out of 10 students have tried to kill themselves, and 5 out of 10 students feel physically tired. So, and you may be thinking of why? What build up? Why would academic burnout build up? So, the main and obvious reason is about high expectations. You set the goal too high that you can't complete in a short time, and you are eager to complete it. So you push yourself, and when you push yourself too hard, you'll collapse. And but either the goals set by yourself or parents, they'll do the same effect on you. And the second one is conditional love from parents, aka parents only care about yourself. No, actually, parents only care about your grades and not yourself, not your feelings. So if none of you raised your hands during my question, so I think you guys are fine, fortunately. And third of all, heavy schoolwork. So a report from healthnews.com shows that almost 90% of the middle school students study more than 8 hours and have to spend their free time preparing exams and do their homeworks. So, which means they don't have time to adjust themselves or express their anger or sadness. So, then you'll probably be thinking of, then how should I adjust myself or change myself if I'm having academic burnout? And I would say, well, I'm not professional. I can't really give you practical ways. I could easily say, well, just let it go, relax, but that's not gonna work most of the time. So I can't give out any really ideas. But however, I can give you about my story. So once and for all, I was a middle school student, and I was eagerly trying to get a good grades on the CAP. In Chinese, it's called 教育会考. And during the third mock test, I scored a 24.4, which is 6 points away from my expectation. I wanted to score 30. And I've been working really hard. I've studied to 1 in the morning every day to just get a good grade for the past 6 months, and well, the result isn't just what I wanted. And when the report card came out, that the day I finally collapsed. So I still remember that day. After having dinner, I just find myself in the corner of the school and not crying. I just feel dread and hopeless, like my life is over back then. And there's a balcony outside my classroom. It's not like yours. It doesn't have a wall. It's just a fence and a sink that's very easily to just step on. I found myself had my one feet stepped in the sink, and my whole body tend to just jump right down off the balcony. And yeah, I didn't know what I was doing, but I did remember that I wrote a suicide note I left on my table. I didn't have a picture of it, but it's a bad memory. I don't really wish I could bring it back on. The parents that overseeing our night study didn't noticed my unusual, and had my classmates to talk me out of it. Well, they did pull me out of it, but they just doesn't care. Like they did this because they don't want to have a dead body. They don't want to deal with me. It's not until the second day my teacher and the school counselors have a talk with me and gave me some ice cream that tried to make me feel better, but actually it didn't. Yeah, it's still bothering me right now. So yeah, it's a bad memory. I don't know if you guys can really feel about it or notice, because Kangqiao is not a very competitive school compared to public school. But I really hope you guys don't find yourself in this kind of situation. So, in conclusion, I talked about what is academic burnout and the reason why it builds up and how do we recover, and my story. Before I finish my talk, I really want to say, don't push too hard on yourself, or else you might be finding yourself sleeping forever, not waking up again. Life is not as miserable as you think, and there's always hope and second chances. Thank you.